get this started. This is Premier Drop. I'm your girl Smoke. This is
Jae Skeese, we in the building. What's up?
oh. And we're here to talk about his tour that he has, his latest album, Ground Level, Fire.
Yep.
I appreciate that. So here it is, Premier Drop at Trend Up. My man Gio was good.
Gio.
So listen, we in one of the trendiest spots in the town that I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we gonna take a tour and just kick it.
All right, for sure.
All right, let's
do
go.
it.
Man, thank you for showing.
Yes, no doubt.
I appreciate
No
you.
doubt.
Love. I known you from going to Villa.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was
for sure.
Villa.
Yep.
Not DTRL, Villa.
Yep. Yeah, so that was years ago. I think I started working there in 2011. So it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. And you was cool, mad cool then. But what I didn't know is that you was rapping and was holding shows there. So can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so
what
like
started
you
that?
talking about when I was doing it, like the ciphers back then. So yeah, like I got with the company back in like 2011, and I was just like assistant manager at the company or whatever in the store, and we were always just trying to find ways to be in the community. Like we used to have the computers in there, people could come in, use the computers. We used to do like toy drives and stuff like that for kids around like the holidays. And one day we were like, we were trying to figure out what type of event to put together. And I was like, why don't we just do like a cipher and just bring, people to the store, invite all the MCs, because there was nowhere like in the town that was doing like ciphers and stuff like that for MCs and to have people come in and check it out. And we got the approval to do it. So it was me and DJ Gus. He was actually the one that was on the ones and twos playing on the instrumentals. And I think I just put it out there like, we got this going on this day. Pull up. I think it was on a Sunday for the first one. And man, it was like for the first couple joints, because I think I did like 2 or 3 of them there at the store. It was like the turnout was crazy, especially for the first one. Like it was probably anywhere from like 20 to 25 MCs that came out. And the crowd was crazy too. And then you could shop while it was going on. So it was just like, it was a whole vibe, man. And that was really how I got my name out there as far as like me being an MC and doing what I do, because I was showing love to everybody else.
Right. That's pretty dope. I wish I had known about that. How come I would not being tapped in at the right time, but I'm here now.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's the benediction.
Yeah, that's what matters.
No, for sure. So listen, I've been listening to your catalog, and I went as far back as I possibly could, and I stumbled across Subjective Humility.
Okay.
Yeah. So I noticed in that album, that your project, the maturity even back then in your bars, in your delivery, even in the beat selection. So I want to know, how do you think you evolved from already being such a mature lyricist and artist to right now?
I think between like the difference between Skeese then and like 2018, 2019 to 2024, I was putting so much emphasis on, back then, I wanted just the bars to be just, top tier. I didn't really care if you were like really feeling the music that much. It was just more so I just wanted to be known as one of the illest with the pen. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where like it's funny because I still kind of got that stigma around me now. It's like, Skeese, man, he always be saying the words that I don't know. I got to break out the thesaurus or the dictionary and comb through that to figure out what he talking about. Whereas now it's like I try and mix it up. Like I still try and make sure like the bars is top tier. That's gonna be what it is anyway, because like that, because that's in me, right? But I try and make it to where like the music is more palatable. You know what I'm saying? To where more people can kind of feel it. More people can kind of just rock with it. I want it to be a vibe. I want it to be something like you could turn it on in the car on your way home, or you could play it, when you just vibing, or if you're working on something at the crib, you got the headphones in, or you got your speaker on. I want my music to be played at all times. I want to have a joint you could play at the club. I want to have a joint you can play in the car ride. I want a joint you can play with your girl. I want a joint you can play when you want to zone out. You know what I'm saying? So that's really, I think, the difference in between Jae Skeese then and then Jae Skeese now.
And it's all about connection, right? Because if you can't connect with the audience, and now they say, "Oh man, he too wordy." Listen, take a look. It's in the book. Where my man LeVar Burton at?
Yeah, it's a balance though, because like, you know, people are gonna say what they're gonna say, and you can't please everybody, right? So you know, you still gotta be you. You know what I mean? Like if we look at what Wes has done, you know what I'm saying, over his career and, you know, things that he's been able to do, you know, he came out with, you know, rapping over these type of beats that he does and his style at a time when that wasn't what was hot. But he turned it into like his own wave. So it's like you gotta kind of hear what people say, but then you also gotta remain you. So it's a balance.
And that's dope. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So another song that I really rocked with was No Congratulations, I believe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Beat fire.
Mitch, Arizona. Shout out to Mitch. He made the beat.
That's dope. Yeah. Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I wrote a couple of your producers down. I was like, all right, Jay. Might have to tap in. Yeah. So no congratulations. Like I said, it was I thought the visuals was dope because you was all throughout the train, the transit system. You know what I'm saying? When you look back on your discography, what are some of your earlier inspirations, and who do you think inspire you now?
I mean, I still got the same pretty much inspirations from back then to now. Like I love, you know, Nas, I love Lupe Fiasco, Big Crit, Jay-Z. You know, those are like a lot of my main influences, and you know, even to this day. But like, I listen to a wide range of music, not just even hip hop. So I'm inspired by different things that I hear, things that I see in music videos or cover art. But like, those are like my main influences because again, like I consider myself to be a lyricist, so you know I'm listening to the top of the top. You know, Conway, Benny, like those are the people that I listen to on a daily, and that because I wanna make sure that my pen is held to a certain standard. So it's like if I'm listening to them, you know, it's like I don't got no choice but to have my pen at the top of the top.
Right there, it has to be. So you mentioned all of these artists, and I noticed that when I was listening to Quiet Man. From Asphalt, Calligraphy, what hit me, I was like, dang, he kind of remind me of Mac Miller. Yeah, it kind of gave me that bounce. And I was like, all right, I was like, oh, man, if Mac Miller was here, I bet you they probably would link up. You know
probably so. I mean, rest in peace, Mac, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely somebody I consider super dope, you know, and just you saw his evolution over time. It was like when he first came out, he was spitting. And he was rapping, he was dope, but then you know he got into like his singing bag. He got into that bag where he was working with more like live instrumentation and just trying different stuff. He was very experimental, and that's something that I love because I like to experiment with my music. Like I don't like to be stuck in a box. I like to kind of take chances and see what works, see what doesn't work. And if I rock with it, if it's my vibe, then you know I'm a fall in love with it because you know again I like taking those chances and being a little edgy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the difference between being a rapper and an artist.
There you go.
You know, and what you're saying is you embody an artist because no artist wants to be boxed in.
That's a fact.
And that, you know, and that's the benediction.
That's a fact.
So I like fashion, and I know you do too.
Yeah.
It was one video. No, it was an interview. It was just recent. I think it was with the Spaced Out Podcast. You had the red, I believe, was that Polo? No,
it was Lacoste. Yep.
It was Lacoste.
Yep.
That joint was so hard.
Thank you.
How do you keep up with the latest fashions, and how do you try not to stay too trendy, but just be yourself and just?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I see too many people in a certain style, I ain't wearing it. You know what I'm saying? It gotta speak to me because, like, I'm big on like being an individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I preach that in the music, and it's kind of like the same way with like what I dress, what I decide to put on. It's like certain brands and like certain styles, I like just try to stay away from it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then also like it's like an element of like I like simplicity too. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lacoste and like the Ralph Lauren's. You know what I'm saying? Because it's simple, but it's fresh, it's fly. You know what I'm saying? So I try and stay in that bag, and if I do kind of journey out of that bag, it's like I like streetwear. I'm not like the type of dude, like, I don't want to wear, like, you know, it's like certain things that I see people wearing, and it's like, it's cool, that works for you.
But I can't do
But for me, I'm like, you know, I want to wear some Supreme. I want to throw on some, you know what I'm saying? Like, just something that embodies what I know I want to look like. I want my look to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had people in the past like try to, like, you know, come to me, they want to style me. Yo, I wanna put you together in this look, and it's like, that don't work for me because you can't tell me what I look good in. I know what I look good in. I know what I want to wear.
Okay.
I know how I want to put it together. So it's like, for somebody to try and style me, it won't really work because I already got a vision in my head of what I want to look like.
And it's already gonna be executed the way I envisioned it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm real like particular, and if I do step out of my box, because now with dressing, I don't really like to take a lot of chances. Like, I'll do it every once in a while. It's kind of like the opposite of like with the music. Like, I don't have a problem with taking chances, but when I'm dressing, I wanna be known for like a certain look or like coming a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you was looking fresh in I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I think it was Brick by Brick, and he was in London.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I came with the suit, and that's a different look for me because I'm not a dress up type of guy. Like, I'm like more so, you know, again, like, I like streetwear. I like hoodies. I like good t-shirts. I like good denim. You know what I'm saying? Good kicks. You know what I'm saying? So that was different.
Yeah, but the fashion was fitting for the scenery.
There you go. We wanted to go for like a Peaky Blinders. You know what I'm saying? For the TV show, we wanted to go for that type of look.
Yeah, and you would definitely executed it.
Yeah, thank you.
That was so nobody styled you. You did that on your own.
Yeah, I did that on my own. Yeah.
See, I appreciate that. I'm gonna give you a high five for that because that was a dope look, yo.
Thank you.
For real.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciated the hat and everything. I used to dress my son like that.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
So that's fire.
Yeah, he was like 3-year-old, and they was calling him Unc at 3.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't mad at it. That's fire though. That's fire because it's something that's different. It's something that's different.
Yeah,
his style, like now, probably still is different.
Yeah. Yep. It's not like the other kids. It's just kind of just more laid back, a little more chill.
Yeah.
You know, he's not expressive yet. He's only 16.
Oh, okay.
So as soon as I think he'll hit it soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, I'm directing him.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that orange and that purple.
There you go.
Let's get it together.
Yeah. That's fire.
Nah, I appreciate that.
No doubt.
Well, so in Trend Up, we have a lot of different styles here. And one of the things that I love about Trend Up is that the musical taste here. So the records, the LPs, fire.
Yeah.
Like, I've never even heard of this cat before. And I already know.
Oh, you don't know this album?
I don't.
It's one of my favorite all-time songs is on this album. It's called Dancing in the Rain.
Okay.
Yep. One of my all-time favorite songs. Like, yo, I remember when I got put onto this song, I was to this album, I should say. I was like 21. I was like 21. And at the time, I was like recording myself a lot.
Okay.
And when I heard Dancing in the Rain, what he's talking about in the song is like how he's an artist and he's like a struggling artist. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure it out. And, you know, he's on there rapping and talking about how the label need a hit. And, you know, he's trying to figure that out. And stressful, his girl stressing him at the crib. He's just trying to be a creative. And how he was talking, because I think he was 21 when he wrote it.
Okay.
How he was talking was exactly how I was feeling too. I'm at the crib trying to figure it out, trying to, you know, record myself, trying to put something together, put a project together. So like that song really like hit different for me. You know what I'm saying?
Resonate. I'm gonna have to tap in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. See, that's what I'm talking about. You just run into all types of jewels here. Ooh, Juice, or I saw you walking in the rain. Listen, he got Wu-Tang was an old Climax. Let me tell you something. This Climax, I was watching like Behind the Music or something like that, and they did one on Climax and how they band fell apart. And I was a little sad. They had some hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some bangs.
So I've never heard of Climax.
Oh, yo, you ever heard of that song? I got a meeting in the ladies' room. I'll be back real soon. Oh.
You sure you want to part of Climax? You over here singing. I hear you.
Nah,
I never heard of it though. I never heard of it.
Yeah, they had some good stuff.
Word.
Yeah. So he had this, look, this is my favorite. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. Look.
Oh, Black Star, come on.
Yeah.
So they came out with an album 2 years ago. I still haven't heard it because the way that they dropped it, I want to hear it. But I saw them perform a lot of the hits off of that live.
Did you?
Yeah, in Denver. And you know, I met Talib when he was here. This is 2015.
Okay.
And then I met Most that night. Yeah, when I saw them in Denver, it was a crazy show. Crazy show.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I meet Yasin Bey, Talib, Dave Chappelle, because I think they all roll together, De La Soul, which brings me here. The Stakes is High, one of my favorite LPs. I would really fan out. I might.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the thing about meeting these people that you've been a fan of for a long time, the thing that I'm realizing is, you know, they're regular people, man.
Right.
And the thing is, like, some people, they're not so down to earth. Some people, they're not cool. But a lot of these cats that you meet, you know, or that you, when you come in contact with them, they're just regular people. They just don't be wanting to be bothered.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
They're just great at doing whatever it is that they do.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that because that's how I am too.
Yeah, I can appreciate that as well. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna hold you if I'm in that setting.
Yeah, it's up. It's up. I feel you.
If I'm in that setting. So earlier when you was talking about, you know, some of your people that inspire you, you mentioned Big Crit. And I remember in 71 Custer that you penned a little something to Big Crit saying how his music was inspirational. How was it coming full circle and having him on Situated with Sauce Walker?
It was like a dream come true, to be honest, because you know, he's been one of my favorite artists from like the time, like, I guess I would say like 2012. Okay. So it's been, you know, over a decade that I've been listening to him. His music has got me through a lot of tough times too. So to, you know, meet him and kind of chop it up with him and you know, work with him and doing what we do is like, that was like everything. You know what I'm saying? It almost felt
heavy.
Yeah, any bar heavy too. You know what I'm saying? But just overall a great artist. Like, he's a great producer too. He does a lot of his own beats. If you know, he's done beats for like Wiz Khalifa and stuff like that too. Okay. So, you know, if you go back to some older projects, but Crit is like, I feel like he's like one of the most slept on artists. Like, we all know who he is, but it's like people, like, they've never really tapped in the way that they should have. And it's like, he makes music, to me, for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a message for everybody. So, you know, to work with him again, it was like a dream come true almost, because I've been such a big fan for such a long time.
Now, did Joe Kent reach out to him? Did he reach out? Was it like a mutual or?
No, it was you know, my people reached out to him, and you know, we sent the record over, and he was rocking with it, so he knocked out the verse.
Oh, blessings. Big shout out to Big Crit. Yeah. I feel like I started tuning in to Big Crit around the same time I tapped into Mac Miller. Okay. Around the same time I tapped into to Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa had the joint Planes. It's such a shame. Yeah, so he had that joint, and that's when I tapped into Big Crit, Currency, and Staley at the time.
Yeah, Staley, yep. Staley, yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah, from O-Town, from Ohio.
Yeah, he's from Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Yeah. That's why I tapped into them. Yeah. And I was surprised that I didn't really hear much from Staley, but I know he's moving. Yeah,
he put out some music last year. I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with what he's got going on like super currently, but I know he put something out. Or it was earlier this year actually, because he actually he had a song that sampled a joint that I actually sampled too. You know what I'm saying? It's got the same sample in it, but his track was dope, and I feel like that was one of my favorites from the album, the Wick Coupons. You know what I'm saying? So, well, shout out to Staley for sure.
Nah, Staley for real. I like tapping in, and listen, when I heard you on the joint with Big Crit, I was like, yo. Deep down in my bones, I feel like I'm from down south and I'm from that slab culture. Like, I know I'm going to get me a low rider and I need the spokes.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have to have the hydraulics.
Yep. So you got to have some knockback there too.
Because you have to.
You got to.
You have to. And I need a neon light sign in the back.
There you go. And the dice up there, on the rear view.
But you know, I'm going to do a crown. Remember the crown that you put? Yeah, I got to go with the crown.
You got to.
Yep. And I'm going to put a little air freshener in there because, you know, that crown is velvet.
Now you got to.
Well, so listen, Situated comes off of your latest album, Ground Level, right? Now, I do have a question. Was Ground Level what we was listening to at the album release party? Remember you did the surprise, or you tapped in?
We were on. You talking about the joint we did on Hurdle?
Yeah.
So yeah, but it had just came out, and I wouldn't even call it a release party. It was just
Or
more so
like a listening session.
yeah, I just, you know what, the album that just came out, and I was like, man, I just want to go out. I just want to hear the album. You know what I'm saying? So I put it on Facebook or whatever. People showed up, people pulled up, so it was cool. But it wasn't something that was super planned. Like I just happened. It was actually in the middle of me being on the road. So we went to Detroit. I drove back through, and then I'm like, man, I might as well stop at the crib and just chill for a couple of days because we were supposed to go to Montreal and we canceled the show. So. Like, man, I'm here. No, let me just go out real quick. Let's hear the album. It had been out for like a week at that point.
Oh, okay. Yo, and I told you then. I said, yo, it's the growth is just amazing.
Yeah.
And I respected it. You got some bops.
Yeah.
Period.
Thank you.
Yo, I really, really, really enjoy your music.
Appreciate that.
Nah, for real.
Appreciate
and to
that.
see, you know what I'm saying, where you came from, like. This shit is hard work.
Nah, it's more than hard work. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to stay down. You got to stay dedicated. You know, it's a lot of things that I do sometimes looking at it, but it's like also, you know, I wouldn't rather be anywhere else because I remember, you know, if we go back to 2018, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, with Subjective Humility, or you know, when I was making it, it's like I would have never envisioned me being where I am right now. It's just no way possible. Like how would I do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's been step after step, and it's, you know, taking chances, taking risks, and just making sure, like, you know, when an opportunity presents itself, like I just try and make sure I take advantage of it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's faith.
This
is
that
a
too.
faith-driven industry. Like if you don't have faith, pack it up.
Faith and relationships.
I'm trying to
tell you. You got to have relationships. Like the talent a lot of the time doesn't even matter. A lot of the time it's like who knows who and who can do this for this person. You know what I'm saying? What can, if I do that, what is it going to do for me?
Right.
So that's what it is a lot of the time. You know what I mean? As I'm learning more and more, it's like, yo, it's our relationships, and everybody knows one another too. It's like high school. You know what I'm saying?
High school, that could be, because you know it's clicked up in high school. Some high school.
It is. Yep.
You really gotta know how to navigate your
You gotta
way.
know how to navigate. You gotta know who to talk to.
You know what I'm talking about?
Saying?
And it always gotta be organic.
There you go.
Just can't. I don't even know how to deal with it if it's not organic.
That's a fact, and it's no different than, you know. And I make this comparison a lot too. It's no different than when I was running the store, right? So you know, I was the top person at the store. You know, store manager or whatever. If I know this person works well under these circumstances, then I know how I need to communicate with that person. Or if I know that this person don't really do well under these circumstances, I know how I got to communicate with this person. So that's pretty much what it is. Like it's, you know, it's communication, relationships, and like you said, just having faith and believing in yourself.
Nah, for real. You know that's facts. So what would you like your fans and your listeners to take away from Ground Level?
More than anything, just, I guess the biggest thing I want people to take away is like the mantra and the mindset of ground level. You know what I'm saying? Like ground level is something I tell myself every day because, like you said, I started out working at the sneaker store. You know what I'm saying? Was blessed with an opportunity, and since I got that opportunity, I feel like I've made the most of it. And it took me, you know, building a foundation back in 2021 when I first signed, and I was, you know, running around with Conway wherever he was at. I was making sure I was there. I was doing all the freestyles. I was at every show. You know what I'm saying? I was paying money out of my pocket. I wasn't getting flown anywhere. I wasn't getting drove anywhere. I was making sure I was there. And then putting out my first couple mixtapes, putting out my first couple, you know, freestyles, and, you know what I'm saying, doing those different things. And then, you know, when I'm at the shows, I'm selling my own merch. I'm behind the merch table and selling my CDs and selling my merch. And people coming up and copping, not even knowing that that's my stuff. They just know that they like Jae Skeese. They don't even know my face. So they buying my hoodies, they buying my t-shirts, they buying my CDs and my vinyls. And then, so that was the foundation. And then putting out my first album. You know what I'm saying? That's like the next level. So it's like you set the foundation. The next level, as I'm continuing to build, was the first album, first couple albums, joined with me and Conway, About Uncertainties and Pain Provided Profit. That's the next level. And then so now I'm at the second level in 2024, where, you know, I put out Testament of the Times with Superior. I put out the mixtape that I put out before the album, the Separation mixtape. Then I put out Ground Level. It's like I'm continuing to build because, like, I look at it like, yo, we started ground level, but I want to build up into a skyscraper. So I want to take it to the top. And it don't matter, like, if you rap, it don't matter if you, like, med school. It don't matter if you work at Dunkin' Donuts. Like
it's always a ground level.
It's always a ground level.
That's
Everybody
facts.
got a ground level story. You know what I'm saying? Like when you did your first episode, that was your ground level.
And let me tell you
for
something.
this. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's
and
facts.
now you building, you continuing to build up. Same thing, Gio. I'm sure you got the same story. Like you started out, it wasn't here. You started out with Miss I Candy. Or actually, okay, so yeah, so you were there, you came over here, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a ground level story. So that's what I want people to take away from it. Like, don't ever forget where you came from, and there's always room to just keep building up.
Yeah, and I like that. And I like that. I like that a lot. You gotta have you gotta, what they say, you gotta be skin deep in it.
Yeah.
And that's facts.
That's a fact.
Now from ground level, because you saying you're at the second the floor, right? But now you're headlining your own tour. So let's talk about that brick by brick and how we got to the tour and what cities do you plan on hitting?
So, I mean, we got Buffalo on the 14th.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is my first like headlining show in Buffalo, so I'm really excited. We'll be at Rec Room. We also got a show booked next week with J1. This is Jae Skeese's son.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Yep. So that'll be on November 20th at Mercury Lounge in New York City. We're in talks to book a few other shows for like January.
Okay.
So we're looking at going to Toronto, Boston, Atlanta. I want to say Philly.
Okay.
And Chicago. So just waiting to lock in dates. You know what I'm saying? And just continuing to just build up and keep capitalizing on like the success that I've already had. You know what I'm saying? Like opening up for Conway back in August. You know, that was the first time it was just me and him on the road. Like last year it was me, Conway, and Sauce Walker. I was support, but this year, on the Slant Face Killer Tour, I was direct support. So it was a different experience. Me, you know what I'm saying, just opening up for Conway every night. But in all those cities that we went to, you know, it was fans there. They showed love. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to continue to build on that.
And is it not exhilarating having the audience spit back your words?
No, it's super dope, man. Like to see that and to see some of the love that I get. Like every city we go to, I'm signing sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Mid show, I'm signing vinyls and CDs, and like, you know, people coming up to me and telling me how this song changed their life, or yo, this song got me through, you know, a real tough time when, like, you know, my parent died, or, you know, I lost a best friend, or, you know, whatever the case is. So to know that what I'm doing and what I'm saying is actually affecting people in a positive way is dope. Cause like I feel like my calling or like my purpose is to inspire people. It's not really even so much like music. Like God didn't say like, yeah, I'm gonna just make you this dope rapper. Right. Like, nah, I'm giving you the power to inspire others through what I put in you. So, you know, knowing that it's actually working is like everything to me.
And you got to surrender yourself, because you said, God, you got to really surrender and obey.
Yeah.
In order for that to take place. Because like you said, it's a lot of hard work and a lot of grit. So with that, you know, with this tour and you locking in the dates and you building it up, where do you see your artistry in about 5 years? Where do you see yourself in this industry in the next 5 years, 3 years even?
Yeah. Next 3 or 5 years, I mean, I definitely see myself continuing to tour, going all around the world for real, you know. I'm working on getting overseas now, like, you know, where it's me and, you know, maybe another artist, or if it's just me headlining, over to like Europe, like London and some other countries and things like that, because I got followings there.
Yeah.
So I think the big thing is just making it happen. So obviously, you know, I want to continue to tour. I want to continue to put out music. I got aspirations to produce music too, you know what I'm saying? Like not making beats, but more so overseeing like whole albums or whole projects for, you know, other artists. And I got some stuff in the works that I'm working on with, you know, some artists that I know. But I'm just getting my feet wet with that. But that's something that I definitely want to continue to, you know, kind of dabble in as time goes on. And also, like, I see myself getting into acting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Word. I could definitely, I think I could act. You know what I'm saying? I know I can act. It's not even a big thing.
Yes.
I know I can act. And then also, you know, I want to write a book eventually too.
Okay.
But not even like I used to be into writing short stories, like fiction.
Okay.
When I was a kid, and it's something that I've always still, you know, had a love for. I just haven't found the time to really get into it like I would like to. But that's something that I also aspire to do.
Okay.
You know and then also continuing to just, you know, do my art, like painting. You know what I mean? I want to get back into that. I stopped for a while, but that's something that I want to get back into as well.
Yo, I love you. Just a Renaissance man.
Listen, I try and do it all, like, cause it was a long time, like, you know, people would tell me that I couldn't do something. You know what I'm saying? I remember being like, when I was in art class, you know, in school, like I went to City Honors 5th through 12th, and when I would be in art class, like I would fail or I would get like D's in art class, and then, you know, 10 years later, I was painting on hoodies and painting on denim jackets, and I'm selling them for $250. Or, you know, I've sold paintings to people, you know, far out. You know what I mean? Like literal canvases that I've painted myself, and
That's
people
dope.
have bought them for, you know, X amount of dollars. So it's like I've continued to prove myself right every time. So, you know, I just try and, if I got an idea, I want to see how I can execute it.
And how you can express it.
There you go.
Because that thought might not come out in the rap. It might come out in the brush. I get it.
That's a big fact.
That's dope.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
So, being that you come from a sneaker background, and I know your foot game is crazy, you came out with Eakin.
Yeah.
Is it correct?
Yep.
And what inspired you to write about Nike? And what inspired you to write about Nike? And on top of that, I peeped that you had a crazy dope interview with the Jordan. Gentry Humphrey.
Oh, Gentry Humphrey. Yeah. Yep.
How was that?
So first part of the question, the thing that inspired me was, you know, I was thinking about like how, you know, what I hear in a lot of the music these days is talking about, you know, certain things. It's always, you know, there's always different things that people talk about, but it's a few topics that always come up. And I was trying to figure out how I could be, you know, just different from everybody else. Like, what is it about me that's different from everybody, and how can I attack my music in that way? And I remember I was, you know, making my first mixtape after I had signed, and I'm like, yo, it would be crazy because I never heard somebody, like I've heard people mention sneakers here. You know, you got 88 by Wale, you got Mac Miller, I forget what his joint is called, but Nike's on My Feet.
Yeah.
You got Raekwon, the sneaker joint he did back in the day.
And they got the Wallaby joint.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. But I just never heard anybody like take the colorways and name colorway after colorway, name silhouette after silhouette, and make it in a way where it's rhyming. It's like, yo, wait a minute, like that's a different idea.
Right.
And once I realized that I'd never heard that, I'm like, well, shit, why I ain't doing it? You know what I'm saying? And I had been, like I said, working at the sneaker store for a long time. I'm a big Nike Jordan head, and so I remember being at manager meetings, and we would meet these people from all these different brands, and when we would go talk to Nike, the position that these people worked at Nike that would come out and talk to us, they were called Eakins. And Eakins, they basically have like relationships in whatever city they're from or whatever city they live in. They get involved in the community, but also they got all the information about whatever's coming out and whatever has came out.
Okay.
So Eakin is Nike spelled backwards.
Right.
So when I realized that, I'm like, yo, I got mad information about kicks too. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this ill track with, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all these kicks, and I'm gonna call it Eakin because I got that same type of knowledge as the Eakins that actually work for Nike.
Right.
And so I did the first one, and nobody really said too much about the first one. You know what I'm saying? It was on my first mixtape also, so it didn't really get, you know, too much hype. Then I did the second one on my second mixtape, and people, you know, started to, you know,
buzz.
Then the third one came around and we shot the video. We did it at Urban Necessities in Vegas.
Okay.
Shout out to our homie JC. He like looked out. He let us come in there after hours, and you know, we was I was in the joint, the sneaker vault or whatever. I don't know if you've seen the video, but you know, it was any like crazy sneaker that you've never seen in your life before was in there. It was Air Mags in there. It was all type of Yeezys.
Oh, I seen you holding it.
Yeah, it was that joint. That video was crazy, and then I think that's what, you know, had people like, wait a minute, okay, I see what he's doing. Then they went back, and then now with Eakin 4, it's like, yo, people are looking forward to the Eakin series, and that's something again that I kind of just came up with myself. And then what was the second part of the question?
Gentry Humphrey.
Yeah, so talking with him. So shout out to my man Danza from the Danza podcast. He like hit me up randomly one day, and this was the day I think the Lightning 17s came out this year. And he was like, yo, I got an opportunity to interview Gentry Humphrey. Should I do it? And he was like, you like the only person I know that knows sneakers.
Right,
I'm like,
be that knowledgeable to kick it with him.
Exactly. And so Instantly, I'm like, bro, yes, you should do this interview with Gentry Humphrey. He's a legend in the sneaker community.
Hell yeah.
And you know, so he sets it up and he's like, yo, I want you to jump on the call. All right, cool. Shit, I'm there. And so, you know, talking with him was crazy for me, and especially after the fact, because a lot of the things that I do, it's like I don't even look at it as like being crazy or being like dope. It's like, yo, I'm just here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be here. But afterwards, when I, you know, started thinking about it, I was like, yo, I just was on the phone with Gentry Humphrey. Like a lot of what I love from like that, you know, 90s and 2000s, 2010s, as far as Jordans, he was responsible for a lot of that. So, you know, a lot of those decisions came through him. Super dope dude, down to earth, and it was real good to talk to him. And you know, we still got a relationship to this day. You know, we've been talking back and forth about a few different things, trying to figure some things out. So, you know, it was dope to meet him for sure.
That's dope. That's dope. And I like the fact that you also a designer, because you rocking your joints right now.
There you go.
How
there
did
you
that,
go.
You know
what I'm saying? I don't even wear these joints out, but I knew I was coming on here, so I'm like, I got to throw these on. But these are joints. So these the revolvers. These is actually the high tops. I never dropped these. I wore these in the Against the Grain video with Conway and Freelord.
Yep.
That was the only time I really wore these. So I said, man, let me pull these out, even though it's raining out. You know what I'm saying?
No, but my God, I appreciate it.
No doubt. And
you be showing love to the Bisons. I feel like not enough people show love to the Bisons.
Everywhere I go, that's what I wear. Like 9 times out of 10, because I got a Bisons hat to match with pretty much everything. So, you know, I make sure I wear the Bisons because, like, yeah, it'd be cool to wear the Bills, but you know what I'm saying? The Bisons, that's like if you know, you know.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. Yeah, you gotta be tapped in. You ain't from the town. And then too, like the other part of it is like, you know, that sliding Bisons. Like I think this one, this logo is actually really iconic in the hat world. So it was like a few years ago, for whatever reason, this logo just started popping up everywhere on like different hats and things of that nature, like just in the hat community. And it was a few different companies that started using it, and then New Era started coming back out with it too. So once they started coming back out with it, I was like, nah.
Yeah, that's hard.
This is up. This is what it is.
I appreciate that.
Yep,
I appreciate it. So speaking of sneakers, and now we into our sneaker segment, and it's only fitting that I would like to call him. At least I know in Buffalo, I don't know nobody who got more sneakers, to be honest.
Listen,
I'm coming though.
Yeah. Nah, I wouldn't even say like, because these days now, like I used to have an abundance of like kicks. You know what I'm saying? I used to keep anywhere from like 80 to like 100, you know what I mean? Different pairs. I used to do that. But in recent times, I kind of like, I took it down.
You scale back.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, it'd be certain joints like I want to wear. Because like, if you have 80 to 100 pair, a lot of the time they sitting there.
Yes, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't really going to get around to wearing, you know what I'm saying, more than half of those pairs more than once a year for real.
That's true.
Because they're usually for one outfit. So like, the way I move now, I try and get certain joints that like I know I'm going to wear, you know, with different outfits that I can kind of space it out. You know what I mean? Because what I need 80 pairs of sneakers for? I got 2 feet.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm
saying? I just love sneakers. So me, but I'm not, you know, most people think that just because you got a whole bunch of Jordans, you a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm rocking any and everything.
Yeah, you get it because you like it.
Yeah.
Like getting a bunch of Jordans, that don't really make you a sneakerhead. Because, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get too into it, but that don't make you a sneakerhead. I'll put it to you like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in agreement.
There you go.
I'm in agreement. So, being that we're talking about sneakers, you brought a pair of sneakers today. I wanted to know if you would like to talk. Let's see them.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about them.
Let's get into it. All right, so I got with me today my Converse Weapons. They came out last year. They did a collab with Fragment Design.
Okay.
So if you know anything about Fragment Design, they did that iconic pair of Jordan 1s. I want to say this was what year was that? 2013? 13. They also did a few pairs with Travis Scott.
Okay.
So they did the low top and the high top Travis Scott Jordan 1.
Okay.
It's a Japanese company. Huh?
They do that. They did the mocha ones, or which ones?
They didn't do the mocha ones. They did the the low top white, blue and black.
Yes.
And then the high top white, blue and black joints.
Okay.
So they did those. So yeah, so they did the collab last year with Fragment Design and Converse. And this pair is special to me because I wore them a few times, but these joints actually Converse sent these to me, and they got the Jae Skeese on the back.
These
You feel me?
you mind?
So like, I could have bought. It was a few different pair that I could have bought, but this one is special to me because I got sent these directly from Converse, and Converse is one of them shoes. Like I still wear All Stars.
If you know,
and Weapons. I remember back in high school, man. Weapons like they took over for like one solid year, but to get a pair of this collab with like my name on the back of it was. That was everything to me. I don't know, like that was crazy. You know what I'm
for
saying?
real, just for them to send them to you.
There you go. There you go.
Well,
it was 14.
With the name. Come on, Skeese.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real. That's
like that was like everything to me last year when I got these. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I rocked them a few times. It might be time to retire these joints now because I don't want to mess them up. But I rock my kicks. Like I'm that type of person. Like I love. If I got a nice shoe, I want to put it on. I don't want to look at it.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. And I see that.
Ooh,
that box right there. That thing done been through some things.
Yeah, this is one of them vintage boxes. So before I was a sneakerhead, I was like I would consider myself an Air Force One head.
Okay.
So I used to have boxes stacked up. You know what I'm saying? This is when I lived in my mom's crib.
Okay.
Taller than me. You know what I'm saying? 7 feet high. Of all Air Force Ones. That was it. I used to live down the street from Athlete's Foot, and they used to get every colorway of Air Force One back in the day.
Big Kensington.
There you go.
You better know. If you know,
yeah,
you know.
Bailey, and Kensington.
Bailey, big stuff. So, BS, what it do?
Yeah, nah, for real. But this pair was a pair that I really loved back in the day, and I wasn't able to get back in the day. These came out in 2003. And so when I finally found a pair, I was like, nah, I got to get them because back in the day when I wanted them, they wasn't around because the joints was out of here. So Tuskegee Air Force Ones, you know what I'm saying? I still have yet to even rock them. You know what I'm saying? Still have yet to rock them. So I said, let me bring these through. Those will be the ones that you get me drippy in. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna bring these, those are my babies right there. I ain't gonna lie. Those are my babies.
Remember, I was like, the Tuskegee joints? He was like, yo, you really know your kicks.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah. Look at that colorway.
Nah, it's crazy. It's like the detail on that shoe, and then when you think about, the old school, like the fighter planes, it's like, yo, they nailed that.
Yeah, they did.
They nailed that, for real.
The color is like it's like a pewter almost.
It's like a tan, but it's like a weird tan. It's like that's not a tan that you're gonna find. That's why I hardly wear them. I think I've worn them one time maybe, but it's because this tan is so hard to try and match. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find. So
I'm gonna walk.
I figured, man, let's look around, see what we can see.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Jae Skeese came through with the Tuskegees. Come on, here at Premier Drop. Get into it.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Kind sir, I think you might be able to play with these. You don't think so? I know this might not be your flavor, but
that ain't my swag.
This
but
ain't your flavor,
if you feel like that's what's gonna do it, let's do it.
These joints from Dave East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dave East joints.
Shout out to Dave East too. He's on the album.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's on the album.
I think I know that though.
Yeah, he's on the Sarah Lee joint with Lloyd and Jay Worthy. That's one of them ones off the album.
I'm about to tap in. You feel me?
For sure.
Oh, Jae Skeese, you know what? You said you know what you want to look like. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying if you gonna put it together, put it together.
Say less.
Put it together. I need the premium drop swag.
Here. What size you like?
I'm like an XL.
Extra large. Let's see. Gio, you have an extra large in this?
Yep.
Ooh. And I really do like these though. I know you don't. You probably not feeling me, but
I'll try them on.
I appreciate
Let's put it together.
Yes, they got. Now I know what you probably like
like a 36.
Ooh, he got a 32. And what's this? Oh, I think this is a 36.
There's a pocket on the bottom of the pants too, by the way.
Come on.
Yeah, when you open those buttons, there's a pocket in there. You can hide stuff in there.
Oh, word?
You'll never know.
They'll never know.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, this a whole different swag for me right here.
Yeah, that joint hard to me though.
Yeah, no, it's a cool look.
Mm.
The pants is by EPTM of LA.
Yeah.
The top is from Very Wear, based out of France.
Okay.
Their motto is wearable art.
That's what it is.
Mm. And it matched with them sneakers. Perfect.
Nah, it definitely goes with the kicks for sure. You put that together.
Let me see one time. Let me take a picture. Mm.
You did that.
Every now and again, Jay. Every now and again. Yeah.
Definitely did that.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me style you. I appreciate it. Who would have ever thought? I'm just going to go ahead and pat myself on the back. Nah, thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, thank you for stopping by Premier Drop. Thank you for talking about where you were from ground level to right now. I appreciate you. And continue on this journey. Let God use you. You know what I'm saying? Keep continuing being a vessel and getting that message out, because that's what it's about. Getting the message out. You ain't getting no message out, it's noise. White noise. So please tell everybody where they can meet you up at, where they can link up with you as far as the tour the show that's coming on Thursday. Let everybody know where they can find you, your credentials.
Yeah, I mean, tap in. If you need a ticket for the show, November 14th, I'm here in Buffalo. November 20th, I'm in New York City. Jae1, Go follow me on all the socials at JAESKEESE. On YouTube, Jae Skeese 716. Tap in. You know where I'm at.
All right. Yes. This is Premier Drop. This is Smoke. That's Jae Skeese. Man, thank you for tuning in. Like, clip, share, subscribe. Let's go. Thank you, Gio. Trend up. We out. One. Thank you for watching Premier Drop. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, and check out the merch. Till next time. One.